Hey y'all, I'm gonna make a cake for the first time
by myself.
I've made a few cakes. Okay, I take that back. Hi. I've helped my cousin make a few cakes and my boyfriend for his birthday, but we didn't have the right ingredients, so it turned out pretty bad. Today I wanted to make a cake the right way, all by myself. So I'm gonna try and attempt to do that. It's gonna be chocolate. I'm gonna maybe incorporate Hello Kitty. I bought a crap ton of ingredients, so it's just yarn. That's not going on the cake. So I bought these nozzles, I bought this cake decoration kit, I bought 2 cake pans, I bought this scraper, which looked pretty cool to like even out the cake. I got these cute rainbow sprinkles, some traditional chocolate cake, some vanilla and hot pink vanilla icing, as well as some pink gel icing. Okay, we got the cake mix, 1 cup of water, half a cup of oil, and 3 eggs. Alright, now we got all the ingredients together and I set the oven for 350 like it says. So I get that you're supposed to stir with a mixer, but you know what? I want to use a whisk, so I'm going to use a whisk. Yeah, so I'm going to mix this all up and this little egg in here is like Gudetama. I'll get back to you when it gets mixed up, which will be right now. And it is all mixed. So we are going to put it in a pan now and pop it in the oven. Alright, so I've cleaned both of these pans out really well and I'm going to add some cooking oil. That way we can get the cakes out and they won't be stuck to the pan. Okay, I stuck them in the oven. I did 30 minutes because it says 34 to 38 minutes, but I'm going to do 30 for now and check it because our oven gets pretty hot. In the meantime, I'm going to try and figure out how to do something with these. I might try doing the icing and then putting it in there and freezing it, but I don't know if that'll be the right consistency. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but there's currently 17 minutes left. And I did a little peek. My cakes are rising! I cleaned these out and I got the vanilla icing out and this little pink icing gel. And I was thinking I could do pink in the details of the bow and stuff and then put white on top and freeze it. Alright, so I covered it in the icing and I'm hoping it will freeze. I tried to flatten it out best I could. In the meantime, however, our cakes are looking real good right now. I've even got my little helper over here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They look good. Okay, let's take them out. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. That's the prettiest cake I've ever seen. I'm a chef. Now here's the real test. We stick the toothpick and it should come out dry. Perfect, perfect. Incredible. 30 minutes on the spot was just the right time. All we have to do is wait for them to cool, and then once they're cooled off, we can add icing, which actually we're gonna have to level them first, and then I'll stack them, and then I'll ice it. So I've cut off the top of this one, and all we have to do now is level out this other one. Once they were both leveled out, I put them on this tray. Even though I sprayed the pans with cooking oil, one of them kind of came out wonky and broke in the middle, but then the other one came out perfect, luckily, so that was good. And then it was time to add icing to this piping bag, and add the icing to the middle of the cake, so that the other cake would stick on top of it. I started using this icing tip that was already in the piping bag, but I soon realized that it was way too small, so I switched it to this bigger one in hopes that it would help me get the job done faster. I used a spoon to try and spread it out evenly, but it was kind of difficult because this cake was the one that was broken, and so it did not want to stay together. And then I very carefully stacked them together, and this one was starting to fall apart as well, but luckily not as bad as the other one. I decided to mix this bright pink with the white I had been using in hopes that it would make some kind of ombre, maybe light pink situation, but that didn't really work. It ended up being pretty pink, and there wasn't too much of an ombre that was going on, but I liked how it came out. And all was going pretty well until this happened. Luckily though, this wasn't like the decorating portion yet, this was just me trying to ice the cake, so I just carried on and hoped for the best.
Please hang up and try again.
I got this neat little tool that helps you flatten out the cake, so I just did that on the top and the sides of it. Once I thought it looked pretty good, I decided to add sprinkles to the sides of the cake because I thought that would be kind of cute and it would cover up those, I guess, bald spots where the cake was showing. I kind of struggled with this. I tried to just pour them straight onto the cake, and then I tried to use my hands, but that also wasn't really working. Eventually, I kind of figured it out, but it ended up being a little patchy. Overall though, not terrible. I like how it turned out. The broken piping bag, however, was still an issue. I thought I could make it work, but it spilled out, so I decided to improvise and I made a second piping bag out of a Ziploc. So to do this, I squeezed out all the icing and I decided to put it on the scraper so that it would be easier to transport into the new Ziploc. This proved to be pretty difficult for me and I ended up ruining my whole cake. Okay, well I messed up the icing, but it was really annoying in the moment and I was just tired and I was really frustrated. Luckily, it was something that was easy enough to fix with a spoon, and I was able to transport all of that icing into the Ziploc and screw on the piping tip, which made it easier to finish the cake that way. I was quickly running out of icing throughout this process, and so I kind of rushed at the end and hoped for the best, but luckily I had just enough to make it. It's a little messy, but I'm okay with how it turned out for the circumstances. Then it was time to take the Hello Kitty mold out of the freezer. It kind of failed, but it also kind of kept its shape. It was enough for me to work with though, so I plopped that on the cake and I added some details to it. Alright, so I decided to add the little sprinkles as the nose and eyes and little bow. So that obviously looks more like Hello Kitty now. And lastly, I decided to write in that gel icing, "Happy Birthday Ruby," because my birthday's coming up and I made this cake for myself. So the sprinkles weren't super even and there were still a few bald spots, but it's very homemade and it has the things that I love on it. And that's really all that mattered to me. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And it was really, really fun to make. I definitely want to decorate more in the future. K-I-T-T-Y,
everybody say Hello Kitty. Who loves flowers in the sun or a party just for one? It's Kitty, Kitty, Kitty. Who will invite her friends along? They can hear her play a song. It's Kitty, Kitty, Kitty.
Alright, so I'm not fully cut up the Hello Kitty cake yet because it's so cute. I don't want to ruin it. But the tops of the cakes that I cut off to make it more even, I'm having those. And my family and I had a little bit of the cake tops when they came out of the oven. They were so warm and delicious. I'm gonna save it and maybe cut it tomorrow just because I'm not super in the mood for cake right now. I really enjoyed making this cake. I kept seeing these cute cake videos on TikTok and Instagram and I wanted to decorate a cake so bad. The whole process took me maybe like 3 or 4 hours, but I'd never made a cake before by myself. Definitely make a cake if you ever have an opportunity to make a cake. Make a cake. That's all I have for you. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all have a good day or night or whatever it is for you, and I will see you soon. Bye.